My fiancée read my private journal and laughed. "You're even more pathetic than I thought." I replied, "I'm glad you enjoyed it." She didn't know I wrote that journal for her, detailing fake plans to lose our wedding fund with her brother. The fallout destroyed her family's trust in her completely. I, 29 male, had been with Camille, 27, for 3 years, engaged for 6 months. We were saving for our wedding, had about $18,000 put aside, both contributing equally. The wedding was planned for next fall. Nothing crazy expensive, just something nice for about 80 people. 2 months ago, I started noticing weird things. Money missing from my wallet, 20 here, 40 there. My iPad logged into sites I didn't visit. Camille knowing things I never told her, like when my coworker Preston got written up or when I was considering asking for a raise. Small stuff, but it added up. Then came the confirmation. I had this leather journal my dad gave me years ago. Kept it in my home office desk drawer. Private thoughts, work frustrations, random ideas. Nothing crazy, just mine, you know? One evening, Camille's having wine with her friend Roxanne in the living room. I'm walking past to grab water when I hear, "Camille, you should see what he writes about his mom. Still calls her mommy in his diary." Cackling. "Stop, that's so cringe." There's this whole entry about being scared of his boss. Like, grow a pair, right? My blood went cold. That journal was in a locked drawer. She'd gone through my desk, picked the lock, or found my spare key, and was reading my private thoughts for entertainment. But I didn't confront her. Nah. I had a better idea. See, Camille had been weird about money lately. Her brother Damien, 25, was always around, always needing something. She'd lend him cash that never came back. I suspected she'd been dipping into our wedding savings to fund his latest business venture, read sports betting, but couldn't prove it. So I started writing a new journal. Same leather book, but filled with carefully crafted fiction. Made sure to write naturally, with crossouts and everything. The main storyline? Me and Damien planning to invest our wedding fund in crypto through his connect, who promised insane returns. Entry excerpts I planted. March 3rd. Damien pulled me aside today. Says he knows a guy who can triple our money in 2 months. Camille can't know, she'd freak. But imagine surprising her with a fully paid honeymoon to Bora Bora. March 8th. Transferred $5 to Damien. He says his guy is legit, showed me screenshots of other people's gains, feeling nervous but excited. March 15th. Damien wants another $8. Says this is a limited window opportunity, going to drain most of the wedding account but will make it back 5x easy. I also added paranoid entries about Camille being suspicious and me being worried she was going through my things. The irony was delicious. Left the journal in the same drawer, but slightly moved each day so I'd know when she read it. Like clockwork, every few days it would be in a different position. Then I waited. Update 1. Took exactly 11 days for the bomb to go off. I'm at work when I get a text from Camille's mom, Lorraine. "We need to talk about what you and Damien are doing. This is unacceptable." Followed immediately by Camille's dad, Robert, calling. I let it go to voicemail. Get home and it's an intervention. Camille, her parents, and Damien all in my living room. Camille's been crying, mascara everywhere. "How dare you gamble with my daughter's wedding money?" And corrupting Damien, getting him involved in crypto schemes? Looking panicked. "I don't know what they're talking about, man." And there it was. Camille had read the journal, told her parents, but hadn't confronted Damien first. He had no idea what story she'd spun. Me. "I'm confused. What exactly am I being accused of?" "Don't play dumb. I know about the crypto investment with Damien." "How would you know about that?" Silence. "That doesn't matter. You stole our wedding money. First, check the wedding account. Every penny is there. Second, how did you know about this?" I pull up the bank app, show them the balance. Untouched $18,000. "Yo, what crypto thing? I haven't talked to you about crypto ever." Getting flustered. "But the journal you wrote." "Oh, you mean my private journal? The one in my locked desk drawer?" "That journal?" "Camille, you read his journal?" He was being secretive, and look, he was planning to steal our money." "Was I?" "Damien, have I ever given you money?" "No way, man. I barely talked to you." Here's where it gets beautiful. Camille had been so sure of what she'd read, she hadn't even verified with Damien first. She'd gone straight to her parents with the evidence of my betrayal. Me. So let me get this straight. You broke into my locked drawer, read my private journal, found something you didn't like, and instead of talking to me or even checking with your brother, you called your parents? Lorraine, but why would you write about giving Damien money if you didn't? Me. I didn't write that. Camille. I saw it. Stop gaslighting me. You saw a fake journal I wrote 3 weeks ago when I realized you were violating my privacy. The room went dead silent. Every entry about Damien and crypto, fiction. I wrote it to see if you were reading my journal, which you were, repeatedly. That's psychotic. More psychotic than breaking into my locked drawer to read my private thoughts and mock them with your friend Roxanne? Her face went white. Her parents looked at her in disgust. Robert, you mocked his private writings with your friends? It wasn't like that. Me. Actually, it was exactly like that. He still calls his mom mommy. Ring any bells? Hold up, you told mom and dad I was stealing wedding money based on some fake diary? What the hell, Cam? The beauty was that Camille had destroyed her own credibility. Her parents now knew she, 1. Violated my privacy repeatedly, 2. Mocked me behind my back, 3. Made accusations without verification, 4. Tried to throw her brother under the bus. Lorraine, Camille Marie, we are leaving. Now. They left. Damien stayed behind for a second. Bro, that was savage. She's been telling everyone you're controlling and paranoid. Guess we know who the paranoid one is. Update 2. 2 days later, thought it was over. Nope. Camille had gone full damage control mode. Posted on Facebook about how I manipulated and gaslit her, how I set traps in our relationship, how I was psychologically abusive. Her friends were eating it up. My phone was blowing up with texts calling me a monster. Even got a few death threats from internet randoms. But Camille made a crucial mistake. She included details. Specifically, he wrote a fake journal to make me look crazy. What kind of psycho does that? I responded with my own post. Since my private life is apparently public now, yes, I wrote a fake journal after discovering my fiancée was breaking into my locked drawer, reading my private thoughts, and mocking them with friends. The fake journal contained a story about her brother that she believed without question and reported to her family as fact, nearly destroying his relationship with them. I'm not sorry for exposing someone who violates boundaries and lies. Then I attached screenshots. Her text to Roxanne, laughing about my journal entries. Roxanne had sent them to me after seeing Camille's post, saying, I want no part of this. The receipt for the lock she broke, found it in the trash. Bank statements showing our wedding fund untouched. The comments turned instantly, but the real nuclear bomb came from an unexpected source. Damien. He commented, my sister tried to convince our parents I was a thief, based on a fake journal she had no business reading. She's been taking money from our wedding fund for months to cover my rent without my knowledge or consent, then tried to frame both me and her fiancé. I have the Venmo receipts. What? I called Damien immediately. Damien. Yeah man, she's been sending me money saying it was from her bonus at work. Told me not to tell you because you'd feel bad that she was helping me. I thought she was just being a good sister. But I checked the dates. They line up with withdrawals from your joint savings. She'd been taking money from our wedding fund, giving it to Damien as her own money, then was probably planning to blame the missing funds on the crypto story she found in my fake journal. When that backfired, she tried to salvage it by playing victim. I went back to our apartment. She'd been staying with her parents. Found her laptop open. She'd been logged into our wedding savings account. In the transaction history, I could see she'd moved $3,000 to her personal account over the last 2 months, then transferred it to Damien. But here's the kicker. In her email, I found messages to her friend teaching me a lesson about financial control and how she was going to reveal at the wedding that she'd invested the money and made huge returns, making her the hero who saved our honeymoon. She was planning to gaslight me with my own money. Update 3. Called off the engagement that night. Sent her a single text. Found the money transfers. Wedding's off. Your stuff will be in boxes on the porch tomorrow at noon. What followed was pure chaos. Lorraine called screaming that I was abandoning her daughter over a misunderstanding. She stole $3,000 and was planning to gaslight me about it. She was trying to help Damien, with money from our wedding fund, without telling me, while reading my private journal to find ways to manipulate me. Everyone makes mistakes. This wasn't a mistake, it was a pattern of deception. Then Camille showed up, with police, claiming I was holding her belongings hostage. "Cop, sir, we're here about a domestic dispute." "No dispute. Her belongings are boxed on the porch as I told her they would be. He's keeping my grandmother's ring." "You mean the engagement ring I bought? That's mine, actually." "Camille, I have receipts showing I contributed to it." "You have receipts showing you contributed to what you told me was our wedding fund, which you then secretly withdrew from." Showed the cops the bank statements, the transfers to Damien, her emails about teaching me a lesson. They looked exhausted. Cop to Camille. "Ma'am, this is a civil matter. You'll need to handle this in court." She lost it. Started screaming about how I ruined her life, how I turned everyone against her, how I was supposed to love her unconditionally. Unconditionally doesn't mean accepting theft and manipulation. The neighbors were watching. Recording. Someone put it on TikTok. Went viral as entitled Fiancée Meltdown. But the story doesn't end there. Damien reached out a week later. Apparently, Camille had borrowed money from multiple family members over the years, always with elaborate stories. The fake journal incident made everyone compare notes. She told her aunt she needed $2,000 for my gambling addiction therapy. She told her cousin she was covering my student loans. She told her grandmother I was financially abusive and she needed secret emergency funds. Total discovered, about $15,000 over 3 years. The family had a meeting, without Camille initially. When they confronted her with everyone's stories, she tried to flip it again. Claimed I had masterminded all of this to isolate her from her family. "Robert, he masterminded loans you took before you even met him?" Camille had no answer. Final update. The aftermath was brutal, but necessary. Camille tried to sue me for the engagement ring and emotional damages. Her lawyer dropped her when I provided the evidence of theft and the fake journal that proved deception, not emotional abuse. She lost her job when the TikTok video went viral, and her employer saw her screaming obscenities at police officers. Her family went low contact after discovering the extent of her financial manipulation. Damien told me she's living with a new boyfriend now, already posting about their fairy tale romance and how she survived a narcissistic ex. The new boyfriend's mom reached out to me on Facebook last month. She'd found my post about the whole situation and wanted to know if it was true. I sent her the receipts. She thanked me and said she'd be having a conversation with her son. As for the fake journal, I kept it. Every now and then I read it and laugh at how a little creative writing saved me from a lifetime of manipulation. The wedding fund? Took myself on a nice solo trip to Japan. Posted lots of photos. Camille viewed every single one according to Instagram. Didn't give her the satisfaction of blocking her. Let her see what she threw away for the need to control and deceive. Best $3,000 she ever stole from me. Cheaper than a divorce would have been. Moral of the story? When someone shows you who they are by violating your privacy, believe them. And sometimes the best trap is the one they walk into while thinking they're the predator. Oh, and Damien and I are actually friends now. He paid back the $3,000 directly to me, cutting Camille out entirely. We grab beers sometimes and laugh about how my fake journal revealed more truth than her real actions ever did. Last I heard, she's telling people I'm stalking her because her new boyfriend dumped her after his mom talked to me. Can't stalk someone I haven't seen or contacted in 6 months, but sure, Camille. Whatever helps you sleep at night. The leather journal? Still use it. But now I write whatever I want, knowing no one's reading it but me. Freedom feels good.